Hello, Secret Vault here. Good news. Um, Angel's out of the operation. She's had all that nastiness that was in her removed, and she's basically awoke and she's okay. She apparently they said she's a bit whiny, but I know dogs when they come out of anaesthetics often cry a lot, so that wouldn't be anything unusual. But yeah, in a couple of hours she'll be ready for me to go and pick her up. So it's been an interesting few hours, I got to say, because I've just been like counting the time, and I've come back to the house and just sitting here, and I'm just like looking at it like 28 minutes past, 30, 31, 32. You know what I mean? I've just been counting the minutes. But anyway, I'm feeling a lot better. But I've got somebody who's been helping cheer me up and has been giving me a bit of moral support. Guess who? Guess who?
Hello! It's B-Face Computing!
Yeah, he's been keeping me company. Oh, bloody hell.
It has been a very stressful morning. He woke up and come down and he was nearly in tears, and I knew something was wrong, and we went to Spoons, got some breakfast, just discussing the dog and the situation. I've just been providing him positive encouragement, because when I saw her the other day, she came up to me and she was like really energetic. So I was thinking in my mind, she's got lots of energy. She's got, you know, with that positive energy drive, I thought she would pull through. I was like really positively hoping for the best, because in these situations, it's better to think positive than to be sat here thinking the worst when the worst might not happen.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I know she's a little fighter, and she's always had really good health. And yeah, I mean, I'll probably talk a little bit more about it when I know more about exactly, how big it was and what they found and all that. But yeah, it looked pretty big because they did an ultrasound and it was like it was big. It was a big thing inside her they've had to take out. So yeah, but we'll find out a little bit more about that. But yeah, she has been a bit off last couple of days. I was noticing it, and I was like, something's not right. And then last night, then she was being sick, and she hasn't been eating her food the last couple of days, which is a sign something's not right. So yeah, it's just like I thought, yeah, something's not up. I want to try and catch this as quickly as I can. So this morning we'll take her, and she lay by my bed last night, which is a sign, that she wants to be close because something's not right, and because she's quite independent, she likes to sleep out on the landing or downstairs, and so I knew, and I was awake a few times during the night and checking on her, and yeah, this morning then we went straight to the vet. When I told them the symptoms, they were like, "Yeah, you better bring her in straight away." So it was dealt with as quickly as possible, and yeah. But there we go. That's the madness. That's what you do when you have pets, isn't it? Things happen and you have to take care of it. But with an older dog, because she's getting old for Malamute now, being 11, and some people say, that life expectancy is about 13 for a Malamute. So she's an elderly lady, and yeah, we were hoping that she pulled through, but I mean, I got on quite well myself with anaesthetics. I thought I'd be, when I had them as a kid, I was like vomiting and I was like, "Ah." But like as an adult, it was just like, no, that's great. I like this. I'll have more of that. The less I know, the better. It's brilliant. Knock me out. Yeah, but
She did seem a bit restless though last night, because I went to the toilet and you came down the stairs and you were like, oh, she's been vomiting and stuff. And while I was laid in the room, I could hear like rustling against the door for quite a considerable amount of time. I could hear her like roaming about in the kitchen and stuff. So I assume that abscess that she's got inside her, I assume she was trying to get comfortable to go to sleep, and I assume she'd get down and then it put more pressure on her, and then she'd get back up and get down, and then I assume eventually she came upstairs, because she tried so many times and noticed it clearly wasn't working, so she came up to sort of try and communicate with you. Hang on a minute, there's a problem with me. I'm trying to sleep, but I can't relax. I can't settle down for the night because I'm in pain. Every time I sit down, I'm in pain, and you know.
Yeah. I mean, I took her out for a walk late last night as well, and she was stiff when she was walking, and she stumbled a bit when she was walking, and I thought that's not right. Like, she's really stiff. That's either a lot of pain or something's wrong with the way she's walking. Like, she's got something is like affecting her, maybe mentally or in the nervous system or something. It could be like toxins. Like if you've got kidney problems, you get a build up of toxins. It's like you're drunk. So I was like just thinking all these sorts. Could it be that? Could it be this? And yeah, I honestly thought she was putting on weight, so I'd reduced her food over the last 3 weeks. I like slightly reduced her food, and she wasn't putting on weight because she was getting fat. She was putting on fatness because she had something bloating up her stomach. And last night she was like like that, like she was having trouble breathing. Now that could be all of that pressing up against the lungs, because the diaphragm of the stomach, helps breathing. And if it's compressed, then you don't get that back forward to breathe. And maybe that's what that was as well. I mean, it's just my thinking on that. I haven't discussed that with the vet, but I'll ask the vet when I go and see her, like whether that was a possibility, whether all that was like that pressure build-up was causing that. But yeah, anyway, well, the nightmare is over. She is going to come back now and recover, and yeah, so I can now start to relax, because it hasn't been the best of days up to this point. I've been trying to remain calm and put it to one side, but obviously it's not an easy thing to put in the back of your mind. It definitely isn't. So yeah, but when you got this guy around, he definitely a big distraction. Yeah. So yeah, well, thanks everybody for your kind thoughts. I'm going to read some of your messages now from the original post I put up, because I'm sure you've all left me a lot of comments, but I was trying to chat to Jordan to kind of keep my mind off it a little bit until I got the call. So if I went through those messages now, it would probably just be like it's like a hammer, isn't it? It's just like banging you on the head. So yeah,
because you'll be typing away, and in your mind it'll be, oh God, what's happening? I ain't heard an update. I ain't heard this, and it'll keep taking you off track of what you're typing. When you're like really stressed, you'll literally be typing away your response, and then you'll lose what you were typing, and you'll be like, hang on a minute, what were I just typing? But at the same time, you'll be thinking, oh God, I ain't heard out from the vets yet, or and it'll build up and build up, and he was like literally sat there like talking to me, and then he'd glance back at his monitor and look at the clock, and then he'd be talking to me, and then there'd be a pause in the conversation, and he'd go back and glance at the clock, and then he'd look at his phone to see if there were any notifications, and then the conversation would resume, and then he'd look back at his clock, and it was like a endless cycle like that since we've got back in. So it has been a very stressful experience for him.
Yeah, well, Angel lives to fight another day. Yeah. Oh well, I'm really glad. That's like the best news. So she'll no doubt have a big scar down there. So I'll take some photos of it and share it with you on YouTube. Gore scars. Yeah. So I'll put a warning on it, because YouTube don't like that sort of thing, do they? Yeah, it might have to be Facebook or something, because YouTube don't like that sort of thing. I'll have to do what some videos do, and they just blur over it, so you can kind of see it, but you can't see it. But we'll see. So yeah, there we are. And I've kept this man from going home. He was going to go home, beat the rush hour traffic, but he stayed here to distract me. So yeah. But there we are. I shall read your messages in a bit, folks. I like I say, I mean, my head's a little bit like, ooh, and I've had to take some of me tablets today to kind of like, ooh, a little bit. But yeah, it'll dawn on me in a minute when I finish doing this message, because we've only just heard like a minute ago I rang my dad and I left a couple of messages to people. So I thought, well, I'll do this now because you're all probably anxiously waiting like I have been for the last few hours. So thanks, people. Thank you for watching, and thanks for all your comments, and we'll catch you soon. From myself and
Face computing!
Computing! Cheers.